Hello everyone, welcome to your lecture on secondary storage and specifically on secondary storage devices. And in this lecture, we shall distinguish between primary and secondary storage. Our major focus is specifically on secondary storage, as the previous lecture and the previous week, we already talked about primary storage. Moreover, we will discuss the important characteristics of secondary storage, including media, capacity, storage devices, and access speed. Furthermore, we'll describe hardware disk platters, tracks, sectors, and head crashes. We'll also go around comparing internal and external hard drives and discuss performance enhancements, including disk caching, RAIDs, file compression, and file decompression. To add to that, we will define optical storage, including compact, digital, versatile, and high-definition disks. We'll define solid-state storage, including solid-state drives, flash memory, and USB drives. We'll go on defining cloud storage and cloud storage services. And finally, discuss mesh storage devices, enterprise storage systems, and storage area networks. Data storage has expanded from text and numeric files to include digital music files, photographic files, video files, and much more. These new types of file requires secondary storage devices with much greater capacity. When we talk about capacity, we're talking about the storage space. In this lecture, we learn about the many types of storage devices, specifically secondary storage devices, including their capabilities and limitations. Secondary storage. Secondary storage permanently saves information for future use, to share information with others, to modify at a later date. Secondary storage is non-volatile, that means stores programs and data as opposed to temporary storage through the use of RAM. Characteristics of secondary storage include media or medium, actual physical materials that holds the data and programs. Capacity measures how much a particular storage medium can hold. Storage devices, hardware that reads data and programs from storage media. Now, most of these devices also write to storage media. Access speed or access time measures the amount of time required by the storage device to retrieve data and programs. Talk about writing in secondary storage devices. Now, writing basically is a process of saving information to the secondary storage device. Reading is accessing information from secondary storage devices. Secondary storage devices provides permanent or non-volatile storage. Data and programs can be retained after the computer has been shut off, as opposed to the RAM. Most desktop microcomputer systems have both hard and optical disk drives. Now, optical disks, basically, they are able to store large storage capacity. Hard disks, even larger than optical disks, and moreover, fast retrieval times. Hard disks are composed of metallic rather than plastic disks. Plastic disks is what you would see in an optical disk. Now, hard disks basically have fast information and storage retrieval. The read-read head in the hard disk goes to about 0.000001 inch from the surface. Hard disks are composed of metallic rather than plastic disks. They use rigid metallic platters for storage. Files organized using tracks, sectors, and cylinders. Moreover, there's a platter. A platter is a rigid metallic stacked one on top of another. A cylinder basically runs each track of a stack of platters. Large capacity in terabytes. Hard disks are sensitive instrument, must be kept in clean and dry places. There are two types of hard disks. You have internal hard disk, basically the one which is placed inside the system unit, And you have an external hard disk, the one that you would be able to add to your computer system and carry around. Hard disks have the capability to enhance performance of a computer system. Materials that cause a head crash. Head crashes occur when the read-write head contacts the disk surface or with particles of the disk's surface. Hard disks these days are very rare since they have very fewer moving parts. A smoke particle, human hair, or fingerprint could cause a head to crash. Internal hard disks. Internal hard disks are located inside the system unit, usually designated a C drive, used for storing the operating system, application programs, and large data files. You should perform routine maintenance and periodically back up all important files. Advantages over removable media in terms of capacity, that is, its ability to store and hold more data. Moreover, the access speed, that is, it has a faster ability to retrieve job tasks from the processor. External hard disks. External hard disks are also called as removable hard disks. The capacity limited only by number of removable devices you want to add to your system, used to complement internal hard disks. In other words, you can add a budding partner to your internal hard disks to allow more storage space within a computer system. It includes USB, FireWire, or eSATA external disk enclosures. PC card hard disks is also available for notepads and laptops. Performance enhancements. First of all, let's have a look at disk caching. Disk caching is used to improve the hard disk performance. It uses hardware and software to anticipate data needs, performs functions similar to RAM caching, improves processing by acting as a temporary high-speed holding area between a secondary storage and the CPU. Frequently used data is stored in memory. When needed, the access time is faster. Redundant arrays of inexpensive disks, or RAID, is a group of low-cost hard disk drives grouped together using networks and special software. Performs as a single large capacity disks, but faster than a single disk of comparable size. Now, RAIDs often is used by internet servers and large organizations. File compression and decompression, basically to increase the capacity of the computing system. Moreover, it increases storage capacity, reduces space required for storage, reduce up to 1/4 of the original size. WinZip and Ultimate Zip are well-known programs for compression, and you can also use utility programs provided by the Windows operating system. Optical discs. Optical discs uses laser technology. CD and DVD are optical discs formats. Compact is compact, high capacity form of permanent storage up to 50 GB of data. Optical discs are read by an optical disc drive. Now, a laser beam writes by creating a pattern of bits and lands to encode data bits into a disk. Laser beams reflect off the bits and lands to read the data. Rotational speed determines how fast can it be transferred from the CD. Optical discs come in many different sizes. The most common size is 4 3/4 inches, and it is stored in a protective case called a jewel box. Optical discs generally come in 3 types. Compact discs, also known as CD, digital versatile discs, which is abbreviated as DVD, and Blu-ray discs, which is also called as high definition discs. Let's have a look at compact discs, or CDs. CDs stand for compact discs. Standard on most computers can store up to 650 megabytes to 1 GB of data. Speed determines how fast it can be transferred. There are three basic types of CDs. The first one that we have is compact disc read-only memory. That's CD-ROM. It's a commercial music disc or CD. Reads only means it cannot be written or it cannot be erased. Used for distribution of large databases and references. Then we have CD-R, which means CD recordable, used to archive data or to record music downloaded from the internet. Moreover, we have rewritable, that is CD-RW, known as erasable optical discs. Data in it can be changed, it can be modified and deleted, and it is used to create and edit multimedia presentations. Moreover, it is ideal for use as permanent data archives for essential company information. Next up is DVDs or digital versatile discs. Now, like CDs, okay, DVDs are a bit newer technology. Nowadays, it's quite old, but DVDs are generally a little bit more advanced than CDs. Now, DVDs are also called as digital video discs. The maximum capacity is 17 GB with a minimum of 4.7 GB. Just like CDs, DVDs also have three formats. DVD-ROM, whereby you are only allowed to read the data only, cannot erase or write to it. DVD plus or minus R, which means that you can write on it, but cannot go around erasing or rewriting on the DVDs. And finally, you have DVD plus RW or DVD minus RW or DVD RAM. This is where you can rewrite data on it, erase it, and go around modifying data. Now, DVD plus R, DVD minus R, and DVD RAM can be used as a storage device. Blu-ray discs, BDs. Now, Blu-ray discs is basically the next generation of optical discs for recording high-definition video. It has a capacity of 25 GB to 100 GB. Now, Blu-rays has seemingly won the battle as the standard high-definition video discs. Now, Blu-ray discs can be read by a Blu-ray optical player. Solid-state storage, SSDs. Now, solid-state drives are faster and more durable because they have no moving parts than a hard drive. It requires less power, and moreover, it contains solid-state memory instead of magnetic disk to store data. Flash memory is often used with computers, cameras, and portable devices such as mobile phones. Flash memories can also be called as SD cards or memory cards and are one type of solid-state device. USB drives or USB flash drives. It is also one type of a solid-state device, and it is most commonly used these days. USB drives have picked fame due to it being cheap and easy to carry. Moreover, the technology is often upgraded, bringing in large capacities and durability. Nowadays, the maximum capacity of USB flash drives is close to about 2 to 10 terabytes. Making IT work for you, flash camcorders, YouTube, and MySpace. Now, flash camcorders have been assigned a new name these days, and this is generally called as a handycam. The technology is now getting obsolete due to the cameras in convergent devices like mobile phones and computers. However, it is very effectively used by YouTubers and professional photographers. Cloud storage. Cloud storage is where the internet acts as a cloud of servers. Now, cloud storage makes it easy to upload and share files with almost anyone. It is one of the cheapest and convenient form of storages. It provides a platform to access data and information from anywhere, any place environment with the provision of internet connectivity. Mesh storage devices. Mesh storage devices support enterprise storage systems. A very good example of these are file servers. It is a dedicated computer with a very large storage space that provide user access to fast storage and retrieval of data. Another example of a mesh storage device is RAID systems. RAID systems are larger versions of specialized devices that enhance organizational security by constantly making backup copies of files moving across the organization's network. The next example of mesh storage device is tape library or libraries, devices that provide automatic access to data archived on a large collection or library of tapes. The next mesh storage device is DVD-ROM. Jukeboxes provides automatic access to large collection or library of optical discs. And then we have organizational internal storage, high-speed internet connection to a dedicated remote organization, which is driven by the internet. And then storage in your network, a dedicated network just employed by the organization to store data and to store applications within the organization. The organization of housing of storage devices are big in sizes, however complex in nature. It needs a set of networking devices and a networking team to manage the entire structure. Enterprise storage systems can be dispersed over a network. Moreover, it can be dispersed over a geographical area, whereby the components displayed on the slide, such as file server, RAID system, tape library, attached network attached storage rather, organizational cloud storage, they may be located in different locations in a country or throughout the globe. Backup. Utility program included many Windows versions provide the capability of a user to back up their files. Backup means generally you make a copy for data in case of a disk failure. Backups can be done in a single site or multiple sites. It serves as a vital aspect to many organizations where information is of utter importance. Let's have a look at one of the careers in the field of IT. The career that we shall be looking in this lecture is on software engineers. Software engineers analyze users' needs and create application software. The general employer requirements for a software engineer includes a bachelor's degree in computer science. Moreover, the person needs to have extensive knowledge of computers and technology. With that, the person needs to possess high communication and analytical skills. The annual salary of a software engineer in the United States of America is close to about $63,000 to $98,500. The average salary of a software engineer here in Fiji is close to about $30,000 to $50,000. To have a look at the future of secondary storage devices, what we can conclude is the storage devices or the capacities will increase from terabytes to petabytes. Now, the order is as such. We were introduced with kilobytes. Okay, first of all, we were introduced with bytes and then followed by kilobytes. After kilobytes came in megabytes. From megabytes came in gigabytes. It evolved from gigabytes to terabytes, and after terabytes, we are moving to petabytes. Now, our entire life is basically captured in digital video on a single disk. Can it happen? Yes, it can. Have a look at some of the YouTube videos. Currently, developing programs can scan photos and videos for a particular person's face. And this is even going to evolve as more artificial intelligence is introduced into the society. In the next set of slides, you are to go through these open-ended questions and try to answer them. Upon successful answering of these questions, you will test your knowledge to see whether you have understood the slides or not. This finishes with our lecture on secondary storage devices. Thank you for listening, everyone.